Hey, this is Jeff Karras, your behavior guy. Today I want to talk about how do we teach our children and our students to do something through gradual release, right? So that is the I do, the we do together, and then you do independently. So we sometimes as adults just expect that if we tell our children or students to do something, they should know exactly how to do it, right? However, no matter what age they are, things need to be modeled to them, and then they need to be taught to them explicitly if we want them to do them to a certain level of satisfaction, right? So it starts with the very first things, right? Like potty training. When a parent is potty training their children, you're not just going to say, hey, sit on the toilet and then wipe yourself. You're going to actually have to do that for them for a while. So parents, right, we all love having to do that when our children are learning to use the toilet and to wipe for them, right? We can't just give that to them and tell them to take it over, because that's something that if they don't do it right, it's going to kind of irritate them and be a little bit on the disgusting side, right? So we want to show them how to do it, talk to them and model how to do it, tell them what we're doing step by step, taking them through that, right? Then eventually we're going to do it with them. And maybe we do a little hand over hand where their hand is on the toilet paper and our hand is guiding them. And they're starting to take on some of that work. This doesn't just happen like one day we model, the next day they're doing it, and then they're independent. This is a process. And if you don't take the time to go through that process with fidelity, they're not going to be independent to the level you want them to be. So eventually, after you do it with them, you start releasing a little. Say, you know what? You do it. I'm going to do it with you. Now you do. You take over. Now let me check and see. So we're going through that process. And then all of a sudden they become independent. We still monitor. We provide feedback as they're doing the task. And then we kind of check in regularly to make sure it's happening to satisfaction. So that's a very simple example, right? The very most basic thing we do with our children, but it goes for anything. Cleaning up, brushing teeth, doing homework, doing chores independently. Anything we want our children to do, we're going to have to teach, and that is a great model to do. In school, for our teachers, that is exactly the same thing. If we're looking at maybe our independent stations, we're going to model those stations. We're going to show the students what to do when they're on their own. Then we might jump in and do them with them and go around and guide them through those stations, giving feedback. And then they're going to get independent, but we still need to monitor and provide feedback. Otherwise, that quality is going to drop. So that I model, the we do together, and I give feedback, and then you do independently is a great strategy to use. All right, this is Jeff Karras, your behavior guy. I'll see you later.